What's up, guys? As always, this is the one and only Ryu Itachi here to talk about Death Note, the movie made by Netflix. So I'm sure most of you have seen it if you actually like Death Note, or maybe just seen it. And there's so much talk going on about it. You know, people that actually watched the anime, and I never read the manga, but people that actually watched the anime pretty much don't like it because it has nothing to do with Death Note, really. They pretty much just took the core of Death Note and made their own completely different story. And then you got people that either don't like the anime or haven't watched the anime and they think it's an amazing movie. And so I'm just here to talk about how I feel. I think it was a bad movie. I think even if you took out the fact that it was an anime, if you just looked at it solely based on the movie, it was just not good. I mean, it wasn't horrible in that sense, but I probably wouldn't watch that movie again. If looking at it from a non-anime perspective, it just wasn't that good. It was like a normal, like, love story mixed with cops and robbers, and it wasn't good. But on the anime spin, it was horrible. I mean, I always see a lot of comments that be like, oh, well, you don't want the movie to be exactly like the anime, then it's just a waste of money. But, and that's true, you want things to be different. I mean, everything's always different when it goes from one media outlet to another. I have no problems with that. At first, I was even mad that it was in America, but then I was like, okay, I could deal with it. But the fact that it was just like, they took the essence of the characters and completely changed it. Like Light. I mean, Light went from being his most qualifying factor in the anime, because again, I never read the manga, was one, that he was a genius, and two, well, I guess it's God complex, but that he's manipulative. He's extremely manipulative, and he will always try to use anything and everyone to benefit him and his goals. And that was the main difference. Like, if you've seen that reaction video, how it put the anime reaction versus the real reaction, and people were talking about, oh, if this was real, that's how I would react. But the point is, yeah, if this was real, people, that's probably how normal people will react. But you gotta keep in mind, Light's not normal. He was always different. And even in the anime, he did freak out. But the key difference was, in the movie, he just freaked out, period. And that was it. And he overdid it, but he just freaked out. Whereas in the anime, he freaked out, but then a few seconds later, he was already thinking about how he could manipulate Ryuk. And he didn't even know that much about him, or anything. But he was already planning like 50 steps ahead. Whereas in the movie, he was just a normal, average guy, and it was nothing like it. So, yeah, there's always going to be some happy mediums when you make adaptations, but you still stay true to the character. Even if they bring it to America, if they kept Light the way he was supposed to be, who was the main character, and I mean, Ryuk was done good, and obviously it was the same voice actor, because he's an actor, and I mean, it was okay. People loved El, but I didn't love him, but I mean, I thought it was a decent portrayal. I wouldn't mark it against it. But they just completely changed freaking Light to be normal. And that was the main draw of Death Note, is that Light isn't normal. He's crazy and manipulative. And none of that happened in the movie until like the last 5 minutes of the movie was when they actually made Light become Light. So that's why I didn't like it, because they literally I feel like they just copyrighted Death Note. They called it Death Note so they can make money from it, but it wasn't Death Note at all. At heart, it was nothing. It's like me dressing up in a karate gi and making a movie and saying, "Oh, it's Street Fighter," because I'm in a karate gi. And that's exactly what they did. They didn't stay true to Death Note in any sense. They just took the core and made their completely different story. So I didn't like it. I mean, I could sit through the whole movie. It wasn't as bad as like The Last Airbender. And I never seen Dragon Ball, but I heard it was atrocious. So to me, it wasn't that bad. But for an anime adaptation, it was bad. I wouldn't rate it past 3 stars. They even for just an unbiased, normal movie, I mean, it was average. It wasn't bad, and it wasn't great. I mean, probably rated 4 or 5 stars. It's just average. An average movie. Wasn't horrible. I mean, I think the actress did a great job. The script was what was horrible. But that's my opinion, you know. Anytime you make live action movies, there's always going to be differences. And I don't mind differences. I could have totally went with him being in America. I mean, I don't get why they had to change his name to Light Turner. I mean, this is America. We have every race in the world in America. But, like, whatever. But I could have, like I said, yeah, I was initially against it. But I could have stuck with it. Okay, he's going to be in America, whatever. But they literally completely changed. I feel like they literally took Light out of the equation. I mean, Ryuk was pretty much true to his character, and L, for the most part, was true to his character. But Light was just like a normal person. Like, they just put you or me in there. And that's the biggest downfall ever, because obviously everything happens because the Light is a genius and manipulative. And just none of that happened. And I mean, I didn't care for how they changed the Death Note. You know, Death Note has 3 rules, I think. And in the movie, it had like literally 1,000 rules or plus. And I feel like they just added his love interest just to have a love interest. I know Misa was totally in love with him, but he still used her in anime, and he didn't actually love her. And she wasn't. I mean, she was pretty crazy. She would have killed for him, but I don't know. I feel like this love interest was just like honestly not even relevant at all. And she was for real, even more crazy than Light was in the movie. So I don't know. This movie was okay. I didn't have high hopes once I seen the trailer, honestly, but I decided to watch anyway. So as an anime movie, this is like maybe 3 out of 10. And as a normal movie, I give it some average rating. I don't know, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. But I don't know. I think they could do a lot better. And they said they read the manga and everything. They just wanted to not make a Death Note movie. They just wanted to trademark it so they can get money from it. Again, I'm all for changing the story to make it different. You don't want to watch the same thing you just watched in the anime or just read in the manga. But they took out Light's not in the movie. And if you think that's okay, then that's crazy, because it's supposed to be a Death Note movie, not just the creators. They just wanted to make a movie. But that's it for this rant. So as always, this is Ryutachi. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and go to the Facebook fan page and my blog. So peace out.
They call it dubstep.